Cruise control. Cruise control.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Ashley and I'm Amy Nicole, and today on the show we have writer, director, and producer Asha-Chai Chang, and we have cast of her film Cruise Control. How you doing, Asha?
I'm doing great.
Doing okay. And I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourselves to the camera, to everyone out there.
I'm David.
Hi, I'm Coco. Hi everyone, I'm Asha-Chai Chang, and I'm the director and producer of Cruise Control.
Okay, Asha, so we saw Cruise Control at the Charlotte Film Festival a couple months ago. So tell us, for people who may not have seen the film yet, tell us a little bit about it.
So Cruise Control is actually about a guy named Paul Blue, and he's 29 years old, and he doesn't have his driver's license yet. So we deal with all the intricacies of how that's like living that way, and just basically what may entail after that, after finding that out. Yeah.
What inspired you to just focus on a male driver that age that didn't know how to drive?
Yeah, so it is pretty funny, yeah. So the thing is, for Cruise Control, we actually made it in like 72 hours. We had only a few hours to write it for one day, and then just 2 days, and I mean like no sleep 2 days.
Because it was a part of a contest, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it was actually a special project, a 48-hour film project. And it's a project called 4 Points, so this is now international. Usually the 48-hour film projects are only in one city. And we actually participated, like this was international. So I wanted to pick an international topic. And the occupation that we got actually was driving instructor, but I was like, I don't want to focus on the driving instructor. Let's talk about people who, especially men, who are, all over the world, who actually don't have a driver's license yet. So that's what kind of inspired the idea. Yeah.
So do you think it is kind of like a double standard? Because I know if I met a guy and he didn't know how to drive, I would be turned off. Like, why don't I'll be turned off too. Like, I can't be with a man who can't drive. Right. Sorry.
Exactly right, and that's the thing. Because if you think about it, internationally, saying that a woman can't drive is pretty standard. You know, we're kind of suppressed about the rights that we have. Hey, no doubt, just a girl, right? But that's what I wanted to focus on is, we wanted to still show him as a man, even though he doesn't know how to drive. And I, like you just said, a lot of women feel the same way. They're like, what's wrong with him, right? Because guys have the ability to drive anytime they want or learn how to drive. So, and also the age range, right? Like you said, 16 is usually about the time that we actually say, hey, we're gonna get a driver's license, 15, 16. So to be 29, almost 30, we're like,
what was you doing in between that time?
And that's what I figured. I wanted to like set that stage for people to go, that is so weird. What did happen? How is he living? And that's what the movie's about.
So tell us about your characters in the movie.
Right. So the characters for the film, actually, David, he was the star of the film, or one of the stars that we have.
I was the driving instructor.
Yeah.
And I was the villain who kept failing Paul over and over again. Paul tried to get sneaky during the film, but he only works these days, so I'm going to take my test the other day. And I still come in. They called me in today just for you.
Exactly. I mean, and who hasn't had those moments, right, where you're just like, okay, maybe I can get around something this way, and instead, it's like really any obstacle that can come up that comes up. And so he's not the only obstacle in the way, and we'll talk about that in the film too.
Okay. And Coco?
Hi. Okay, I assist Asha with Love My Productions, her production company, on all of her projects. And on various projects, I play various roles, including assistant producer. And I also am in charge of the set design and the craft services, so I make sure everybody's well fed. And Asha's very concerned about that. She was making sure that the food is of good standard, and it also is consistent with people's diets. Like we have people that were vegan.
Yeah, we do.
We have people who are kosher. So so you have different kinds of foods, and some people like spicy, some don't. But you also want to make sure an abundance of food, an abundance of water and drinks, so that everybody is well fed and taken care of.
Well, that's good that you cater to everyone.
That's what
most people don't cater to everyone. It's just like certain type of food, and if you don't like it, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Now, another thing about the film, I know a lot of the cast were not from Charlotte. So how was that? Like, how did you all cast so many people from out of state?
So the thing is, for making a 40-hour film project, you do have to have volunteers. So I wasn't, so I had to volunteer to come out. And the fortunate thing is, actually, I worked with some of our casting crew in different states and different projects. Because Love My Production does productions not only in Charlotte, even though we're based here. So I had some of my friends that were from like Minneapolis, some of them that were from we have different parts of Virginia, New York,
Florida.
So in Florida, exactly. So we had all of these people decide to go, Asha, I'm willing to help out with your production. I'm like, that is amazing. So they're like really talented individuals that I happen to know through business that wanted to come out and help out. So that was awesome.
Like one of the writers, like she was co-writing with the movie.
Yeah.
And that person was actually in Florida.
Yep.
So they wrote the movie over the phone.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say, how was that process like?
Okay, so
And then you have to do it in 2 days, right?
exactly right. And we only had a few hours actually to write. Like really, like I think it was from 7 to midnight. That's all we wrote for one day, which is like 5 hours. And that meant, like you said, back to the characters question, right, guys? That's what helped to create the characters. I really wanted to show, like we said, the male non-driver. His best friend had to be female, so that was a part of the casting process. Like it had to be a female because I think we don't have enough male-female relationships shown in television and film. So that was just platonic. Yeah, exactly. So there wasn't anything going on between them, and then we had to write out the comedy. And writing out his character, I mean, roll my eyes, but like writing out your character was challenging because we wanted him to be like just awkward. So people notice like, oh, what's wrong with him? And it's what we wanted. We actually went out of our way to find like really quirky one-liners that people would say, almost like fortune cookie style. The fortune cookie gone wrong. Exactly, yeah. So I was gonna say like basically the shout out to Google because that's how we actually we're able to just interface with each other. So we looked at each other, we had the screen displayed, and we just like, I just remember her writing some things, and I was like, let's change that up. Let's say something like this.
How have people like really responded to the film?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got very lucky. So when the filming process was already fun, and we were honestly just not saying winging it, but we were kind of like, listen, this is how our comedy flows. Let's just go with it. We're laughing, having a good time. And then people felt the same way when they watched the movie. So a lot of people were laughing about it. They want to get into our next productions. Like, it's awesome. So I'm really proud of it.
It has comedy for every age.
Yeah.
And Asha's very concerned that her movies fit family. They're family friendly. So you don't find profanity. You don't find. It's also multi-ethnic, like always a multi-ethnic casting crew that works together in harmony. So that's very important to her.
So right now your film is being screened in like film festivals. So how can people who haven't seen it yet, how can they see the film?
So our next screenings are actually going to be for the National Black Theater Film Festival. We're also going to be at the screening in Sonoras. We're also in the Golden Bridge Film Festival. So we're gonna keep updating on our website. Basically, it's the best way to kind of find out about when the next screenings will be, especially close to here. But those are the two that are coming up in North Carolina.
I wanted to point out that the film is really resonates with not just a local audience, a national audience, but an international audience. It won the film festivals that it was premiered in was a global film festival where filmmakers from all over the world participated and competed, whether from Bollywood, whether from Nollywood, whether from Europe, South America, all over the world in different languages even. But this film took home Best Short Film.
Congratulations! Wait, how did you feel?
Well, it was so funny. We found out the news.
We were in Chipotle talking about our project, and she got emails. So she showed me the email, and we're jumping up and down in Chipotle screaming.
So we were really excited about that. And then also we've been invited to actually screen our films at conventions to talk about, like you said.
Because it is a discussion to like get the other perspective about male drivers. So this is a good opportunity. This is a good idea, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
the feedback has been amazing. The reason why we're having a meeting is because she just came back from actually being invited to be part of a panel in Florida, and again, an international group of filmmakers. And people pointed out some dynamics that she just never, she didn't realize they caught it. Here it depends on how you look at it, and so you're looking at like I said, a male non-driver, and everybody knows somebody like that, and so and how the comedies were relating and the different. I don't want to give too much of the film away. I was told not to talk too much.
Do you guys have any upcoming projects in the works?
It's funny, it's actually inspired from actually being at the space convention. That's actually what kind of I didn't really bring it up, I was already thinking about it. We're gonna have a lot more female-led films coming up. and also just talking about different different occupations that people don't get to highlight as well. So I guess we're taking what worked for us, but talking about something that people don't talk about enough, and doing it for our next project. So I don't want to say the names yet, but we're gonna have it on the website and also on Facebook.
That's cool. Well, congratulations. Thank
you.
And thank you all for coming out, Coco, David. Want to let everyone know where they can find you on social media?
Yes.
The website. Love it.
Exactly, guys. So if you go to lovemyproductions.com, we're always looking for cast and crew. So you can actually click on work with us, or you can just keep up to date with our films. So we do have a dedicated film page. We're also on Facebook, Love My Productions. You can also follow me on Instagram as well at Director Asha.
Well, thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Double scoop. Shout out to Double Scoop.